Hello everyone, this is Tom and Jerry for the Super Nintendo, released 1993, or 1992 depending on which online source you believe. You've got to get through each world. At the end of each world you've got to face Tom. There's a 2-player mode. Player 2 can play as his nephew, Tuffy. It's a stupid thing I heard somewhere. Whenever these cartoon characters have like the sidekick, it's always the nephew and not his son. It's because we don't want evidence that there's been sex taking place in a children's cartoon. And where the bloody hell did the nephew come from then? Or appeared by magic? Or genetic engineering or something? You can jump on the enemies, or throw bogies or whatever the heck they are at them. I think they're marbles or something actually. There's a big floating brick here, which reminds me, these two workmen were building a sign. One of them said to his mate, "Pass up the letter P, will ya?" And his mate went, "We ain't got a P down here, we've only got a letter B." Oh bloody hell, we've messed up that London Brick Company sign. Don't know whether you've ever seen the Tom and Jerry cartoons. They're one of these things all the little watchdogs are always moaning about, saying they're too violent. I don't think violent cartoons turn kids violent, it's just flipping stupid. When I was a little kid I always preferred the more violent cartoons anyway. I thought they were more fun, knockabout sort of stuff. The best Mickey Mouse cartoons I always thought the ones with Pete in them. I mean, I used to watch a lot of cartoons and read comic books and stuff, and I never felt the need to imitate any of the stuff I saw. I remember seeing this thing on the telly with this kid reading a comic book, and then he goes off and starts doing violent things. "And that's a warning to you all! What happens if children are subjected to these evil products?" And I just think, no it isn't, that's an actor. Who do you think you're trying to kid, you silly sod? I think the problem with a lot of these enemies is just scale issues. And when you get all these really tiny little enemies and they're really big playable character... Oh look, he's just given him the finger. This isn't the end of the level, it's just the next bit in this level. Cheese bits? Is that a word? There's 2 words, isn't it? Oh, you get your hands off that film, you thieving little git. Go play with a ball of wool or something. Don't know quite what this is. Some kind of space station or something. Seems to be full of aliens. Oh, this flipping stupid thing. These blooming conveyor belts are a nuisance. What the... Oh, it's been hit by that killer candy floss or whatever the heck it is. Why is it every time you see Frankenstein's monster in a computer game is green? And anybody who ever watched the blooming films? They're right there in black and white, some of them. He still wasn't flipping green, was he? These enemies are just too small, it just makes it really difficult trying to hit them. Why is everything smaller than him anyway? He's a little mouse, isn't he? Why do I get the feeling someone somewhere has missed the point? Oh, here we go, the flipping killer eye monster from Mars or whatever the heck it is. It's not really very easy to hit this thing, or an angle like that. I think there's some kind of super jump you can perform, I don't know quite how you do that. If you jump in the air, then when you land you have to tap the button again lightly or something like that. We had mice once. No joke, I tell you. Wasn't even our fault anyway. I mean, next door neighbours had these pet rabbits in the garden. They had to leave all their blooming food all over the garden. They started attracting mice. Then the neighbours had the blooming pest controllers in, and they started coming in our house as well. You know what it was to start with. Been scratching and scraping about late at night. I thought it was a bird in the attic or something. If it couldn't be a bird's nest, it was early in the year for that. This just gets repetitive after a while. Yeah, well, we can all say this game is just for children till the flipping cows come home. But that's just a pathetic excuse, quite frankly. I mean, if you've got a computer game maker who says, well, this is just for children, and they'll play any old crap, so we don't really need to put the effort in. I mean, it's got Tom and Jerry on the cover. So let's just stick Jerry in the most generic platform game imaginable. Absolutely no variety whatsoever. Not really anything to do. It's just boring, dull, slow. Yeah, it all looks nice, I suppose. Although, to be honest, the backgrounds are just not really that interesting. I mean, there's nothing in this that you haven't seen done better in other games. The same naff little tune all the way through it. Music in video games are there to help provide an atmosphere. They're not just there to be a background noise like flipping music in a lift or something, which is what this fluid sounds like. I mean, things like Castle of Illusion and World of Illusion on the Mega Drive had a lot more going for them. Very young kids might like it for about 5 minutes, but it just doesn't really capture the feel of Tom and Jerry, to be honest. You really need a much more action-packed sort of prank-filled game, and this just isn't it.
For riches whom the hand of heaven